Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 238 of the Nope Coach podcast, The Comfort to Show Up As You Are. I'm your host, Suzanne Culberg, and today we're truly testing the ability of my mic because my husband and kids are having a dance party downstairs. So hopefully it doesn't come through the mic, but if it does, I apologize in advance because the singing is it's an acquired taste. So, the comfort to show up as you are. How many of us hold ourselves back from doing things because we feel inadequate in some way? I don't look the part. I don't know what to say. I don't have the right type of clothes. I don't have enough experience, and so on and so forth. And the thing is, I remember hearing a quote once, can't remember who it's attributed to, but basically, you belong in every room you decide to put yourself in. And that was such a moment. That combined with, if you've read Untamed by Glennon Doyle, she speaks in the early part of the book about, I think she calls them the shiny people. That's how I remember it. But basically, the shiny people or the cool kids or, the group that many of us aspire to join. And then, what it's like to join that, kind of almost like the movie Mean Girls. I saw they're making a remake of that. But, the plastics. And how often, are the people in those spaces truly happy? Or is it a matter of, keeping up with the Joneses? And this hasn't been an easy thing for me. I can share stories over the years of times that I haven't gone to an event that I had bought a ticket to or planned to because I didn't feel confident in the clothing that I had, or I felt like I was too big, or I didn't, style my hair and I just felt like I didn't fit in. And it took a long time and a lot of, self-reflection to go, are these the places that I actually want to go to? Like, if I'm not welcome the way that I am, is that somewhere that I truly want to be? I've been in business for myself for 6 years now. I'm very early in business. I coach, and sometimes I still do, on other platforms and for other coaches as a subcontractor. And there was one organization that I subcontracted for that they wouldn't put my picture on their website until I'd done my hair and makeup. And I was like, no, that's not me. One of my values is that when I get on a call with someone, I like them to look like their photo. And that's often what happens with so many people when they jump on a call with me. It's like, you look just like you do on your website. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. What you see is what you get. Whereas sometimes when we put on I'm not saying don't take care of your appearance or, if that's in your pleasure, you do you. But, if you get your hair and makeup done and have all these glossy headshots that are highly edited and whatever, and then you get on a call and you're unrecognizable, to me, that feels a bit like out of integrity. Whereas, if this is how I am and how I speak, and then, what you see is what you get, it feels so good to me. So when I had one of my very first websites, my website's been through so many iterations. I really wish I'd taken screenshots. I saw someone today, Stacey Grow Into, what's the name of her podcast? I'll see if I can find the name because I want to give her a shout out. It was fabulous. Outgrow the Grind. Check out Stacey Outgrow the Grind podcast. She has on her website the iterations of her like podcast cover through the times as she's rebranded. I thought, oh, that's fabulous. I have to go and see if I've got old screenshots somewhere of my website and stuff. Anyway, I digress. The point I was getting to is one of my iterations on the website, I did pay for professional headshots. I got, some makeup done. I bought some fancy outfits. And because I thought that's what you had to do to be in business. And I didn't feel comfortable in the photo shoot. I didn't feel comfortable looking at the photos. Like, I feel positioned. I feel awkward. I felt plastic, for lack of a better way of putting it. And I remember putting the website up, and one of my clients, you know who you are if you're listening to this episode, was like, Suze, this is not you. Like, I feel disconnected. If I came to this site not knowing you, I wouldn't feel your heart. I wouldn't feel your you-ness, for lack of a better way of putting it. It's not being portrayed through this site. And I'm so very thankful to this day for that feedback, because I was like, yeah, it's not me. So the next time I went to an event where they had a photographer, I wore my um wacky t-shirts. I had the mum bun and I was just me. And those are the photos that you see on my website, on my cover art for my podcast for YouTube. You know, what you see is what you get. Comfortable to show up as I am. And someone said to me recently, well, like, well, what happens if you're invited to speak on a stage? Like, you know, wouldn't you gussy up and do the false eyelashes and the makeup and stuff? Like, what if that was expected of you? And I was like, well, wouldn't be a stage that I would choose to stand on. If I can't be me, I don't want to be there. And I'm not, as I said, knocking people who thrive on that, who love on that, who, if that's what you like to do, great, you do you. But just because I don't want to spend hours on my appearance and I'd prefer to spend that time reading because I'm an avid bookworm, doesn't mean that you should knock or diss or make fun of that or say that I don't care about my appearance. I just choose to invest my time differently. And the more me I am, the more fun I have, the more my business grows. I don't have to edit myself and worry if I drop an F-bomb here or a shit there or a bitch here. Like, this is the way that I speak. I'm a sweary fairy. I have an Aussie accent. I wear whatever it is I wear. And yes, my entire wardrobe is filled with a high range of wacky t-shirts, jeans, and trackies. And that feels comfortable to me. I have the backdrop set for my business because I'm kind of messy. I don't want to be mindful of my background all the time. That being said, if you don't follow me, my personal account on social media, my son Casimir, he's become quite the artist this year. And every week he goes to an art class and he paints the most beautiful pieces. And when I'm ready to retire this branding, I don't know when it will be, but when I am, I think I'll go with a plain wall behind me and have some hooks and just hang different showcases of his artwork each week or each month as my background for my work, because his art is stunning. I've got one piece, I've got two actually, his very first one and his latest one just across there. And I think he's coming to join me tomorrow for our Christmas special. I was like, I could be like the Queen and have a Christmas address. But maybe we'll bring some of his art to showcase. If you watch this on YouTube, be sure to tune in tomorrow. And if you're listening to me, Spotify, Apple, wherever, come across to Suzanne Culberg YouTube. If you type that in the search engine, you should find me. One of the advantages of having a unique name. And come and look at tomorrow's Christmas address. But, you know, to sum this up, where are you not showing up at all because of, you know, fear of rejection, fear of people making fun of you? They're going to do it anyway. Whether you dress up to the nines and tick all the boxes and do all the things that you should do, or show up as, you know, the dag that you are, like me, people are going to make fun of you anyway. I recently was sent a site, like a YouTube channel, that basically takes podcasts like this one and they do a watch party and they all kind of just like bag on the host. And it kind of hurts my heart, but not enough to stop. Like, I just realized that those people aren't my people. Thanks for the algorithm boost. Next. There's been so many times in my life where I've been teased, made fun of, not understood. And if I'd let those things stop me, then, you know, I honestly wouldn't be here today. And I think the comfort to show up as you are and to realize the people that you're supposed to connect with will get you, will love you exactly the way that you are, and they're your people, that's excellent. And the people who are like going to make fun of you or tear you down or say, you know, that you should be doing all this, what's their agenda? Like, what is the reason behind that? The vast majority of comments, I've just started deleting them now, that I get on my videos is people telling me how to optimize my channel. Like, sometimes I'm like, is there anyone out there who's not a YouTube specialist or somebody? If you are, please comment. Even if you just say, love this video, or nice to see you, or I really don't mind, like the video, comment. But the vast majority of people who tell you like there are errors on your video, or, you know, you need to wear this style, or that color doesn't suit you, or if you need to do this with your hair, they have a vested interest in saying that because chances are they're just trying to sell you some shit. People who are comfortable and confident as they are really freaking to the status quo because they're unfuckwithable. They can't be rattled. They can't be sold to. They can't be made small or to back down because they don't fit with anybody else. A reminder of that quote, you belong in any room that you decide to put yourself in. And there might be places where you're like, actually, this is not a fit for me. You guys have fun. See ya. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. The comfort to show up as you are is something that is cultivated over time. It's something that, there are places where you belong. It's up to you to find them. And then if you don't find them, to create them. And whatever you do, there are going to be critics. There are going to be naysayers. There are going to be people who are telling you, you can't do it like that because it threatens a thing that they hold or because they can't sell you any shit. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you on the next one. It's Christmas Eve at the time of recording this. If you're watching these live, if you're catching this in the future, then I recorded this at Christmas Eve. I hope to see you tomorrow for Christmas Day. Have a fabulous holiday in whatever way that you celebrate. Bye for now.